Tibet is the rooftop of the world, home to the highest plateau on earth. The Tibetan people have thrived in this extreme alpine environments for thousands of years. Tibetis, a place of ancient wonder and devoted spirituality, but an emerging modernity is being woven into the tapestry of the region. These mystical people who live soclose to heaven are beginning to open upand, share their secrets.
Which country is banned in the world? If asked such a question, you will telling Tibet country. But do you know why Tibet is banned? The secret behind this prohibition is unknown to many. Why is Tibet called a forbidden country? What is the shape of Tibet covered in the mist of dark mystery? Although Tibet is actually called a country, it is not actually a country. Although most Tibetans consider themselves independent, the region is still largely part of China. But what is it about this country that makes it so mysterious? Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, is called the Forbidden City of the world. But why? Today we will know about this mysterious state. Tibet is an autonomous region of People's China. The average elevation of the Tibetan plateau is about 16,000 feet. Due to which this region is also called the roof of the earth. Located at the foothills of the Himalayas, this country has an area of 400 square kilometer. Despite its huge size, the population of the country is very small. The population of this region is very low due to adverse climate and mountainous and remote terrain. Currently the total population is around 75 lakhs. There is no occupation here except animal husbandry. Literacy rate is very low. The standard of living is also very low. The Tibet Autonomous Region is located on the Tibetan Plateau, the highest point in the world. Mount Everest is located on the Tibetan border with Nepal. Tibet is a self-governing region established in 1912 by the 13th Dalai Lama. Located in Central Asia, this region is home to the Tibetan people. Although this region is called part of China, most of the Tibetan people here are not willing to accept this region as part of China. There is controversy about this. In 1959, the Tibetan independence movement against the People's Republic of China failed. Then many Tibetans under the leadership of Dalai Lama started living in Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh with the shelter of Indian government. An independent Tibetan government in exile was established there. But the secret behind Tibet's taboo is its remote and mountainous terrain. The distance of Tibet from Earth is more than Mars. Most of the world's people, journalists, or cameras were not able to reach Tibet until the 20th century. That is why Tibet has remained hidden from the public eye for hundreds of years. Entry to this forbidden city was once prohibited. This is why Tibet gradually became a forbidden city. The Gobi Desert is located just 100 kilometers from the capital of Tibet, Lhasa. The harsh environment of the desert discourages people from coming to these areas. The land of Tibet is covered with snow for about 8 months of the year. There are many myths and legends surrounding Tibet since ancient times. Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, has long been known as the Forbidden City worldwide. Therefore, its nature and remote environment are largely responsible for the mystery of Tibet. Because most of Tibet is over 16,000 feet above sea level, living there is more difficult than anywhere else in the world. Since no one from the outside world is allowed to enter the country, this region has long been known as a mysterious world to all. The whole world was eager to see what was in Lhasa. The population, the city, the port, the buildings of Lhasa were all a mystery to everyone. There was a famous palace called Potala in Lhasa city. This palace was first seen by outsiders in 1904. At that time, the picture of this famous building was printed in the famous National Geographic magazine of America. The Dalai Lama of Tibet lived in the mysterious Potala Palace. The Dalai Lama appeared in 1391. Dalai Lama refers to the supreme spiritual leader of Tibet. Buddhist monks are called lamas in Tibet. Religion occupies an important place as Tibetans are very religious. Since the 13th century, they respected the Lama the most. At present, the total population of Tibet is about 75 lakhs. The sole occupation of this vast population is grazing in the desert. Even if they lack education and work skills, they have no concessions in religion. In this century, all the strange customs of the centuries are followed. But now there are no obstacles in the movement of people in this mysterious country. Travel to almost all areas of Tibet is possible except for certain places with permission from the Chinese government. There are also different customs in that case. Some strange customs and rules have to be followed. Snow-covered Tibet is full of natural beauty. On one side you will see snow peaks and on the other side you will see silent or waking streams flowing in the distance. Maybe you will get lost in the river drifting there. Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, has an average temperature of 30 degrees Celsius to minus 19 degrees Celsius. So if you can't adapt there, it will be a difficult thing to survive. To visit Tibet, you need to obtain a visa from the Chinese embassy or High Commissioner first. Tibet has always been at the center of